Since I started living in the UK, something I've had to get used to is using the metric system. Because in America, we still use the imperial system of measurement. And that got me thinking, why? The imperial system were British units of measurement, so why do Americans still use it? In 1975, Congress passed a law to voluntarily transition to the metric system. The idea was to set up a US metric board, which was designed to help businesses and schools transition over to using metric units, kind of like they had done in Europe. But the problem was that the law was voluntary, not mandatory. This lack of enforcement really weakened the whole effort from the start. Another reason the metric system was never adopted was because of public resistance. A lot of cultural pushback ensued from Americans saying things like, why would we change what already works? This feels un-American and that we're giving in to Europe. Miles and pounds are part of our identity. It felt like a government overreach, which fueled a lot of resistance. It's also very costly to change to the metric system. Road signs would need to be replaced, product and packaging labels would have to be changed, retraining workers in fields like construction, manufacturing, and engineering would all have to take place, and major machinery recalibration would have to take place to use metric system instead of the imperial system. Since that metric conversion law from the 70s was completely voluntary, a lot of businesses just didn't do it to save on expenses like these. And then in the early 1980s, President Reagan dissolved the US Metric Board, which completely abolished the government from actually enforcing any conversion to the metric system at all and left it entirely up to the private sector. So the result of all this is that we use both the imperial and the metric system. Science, medicine, and military all use the metric system: kilometers, milliliters, Celsius. In everyday life, we use customary units like miles, pounds, and Fahrenheit. And most consumer products actually use both, like a 2 liter of soda also includes the ounces on it, and nutrition labels include grams alongside ounces. One thing that's thrown me off living in the UK, though, is that in cars and on street signs, y'all use miles. Like, I would have thought kilometers are used here, but guess not. Hop on the bus and follow for more.